Fluid AR movement, shell eject next, and we back grooving precise, exact groupings, pressure made, fine tuning, wrong place. Life don't like the bitch, this real like they outside. Keep it even kill, ain't no doubt time. It's where your fault lie. We all die, it's what you do in between time. Or you sleep when the dream rise. Truth in between lies. Verses ride when you need purpose. One with green bean for nice service. She cocoa buttercream and she fight dirty. Could link if the chain goes. Dog district with the play painters. All pros, holy yo line and rules. Fluid AR movement, shell eject next, and we back grooving precise, exact groupings, pressure made, fine tuning, wrong place. Life don't like losers, sharks, guppies, and tuna. Hush puppy maneuver.
Hey guys. Just gotta slap him.
Yeah. Hard.
Welcome, King of Subguns. I think this is episode 3, if I'm on the right number. I'm pretty sure it is. We did the KP9. No, this will actually be episode 4, I believe, because the TP9 will drop before this does. So, a super cool gun. We have an MP5, sort of. This isn't an actual HK. This is a PTR, but same.
Get some hate for that.
Same, but different.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in trouble for that. Eh?
Yeah.
It's not an HK. It doesn't say HK on it, so technically it's not an HK.
I'm not.
Or you want me to, I mean,
I'm just saying. I think you might have opened a can of worms on that one.
I can open all the cans I want. The reality is, it's not an HK.
True.
It's not.
I like to pretend it is sometimes.
To me, the MP5 is super cool. And full disclosure, this is not mine. This is on loan from a friend. And this one is kind of bare bones. It is suppressed, which is important because that makes it better. But other than that, it is normal. There is nothing that is weirdly fancy or anything like that with it. It's just an MP5, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But we'll kick it right off with accuracy. So Pete, in case you haven't been paying attention, accuracy with a subgun, we're not looking at MOA. We're looking at how fast can you deliver lots of bullets into a target. And I gave the MP5 an 8 out of 10. And I'm going to tell you why. You can shoot as fast as you want to shoot, and it doesn't move off target. In a fully automatic format, which you should be able to just buy anyway, but because of unconstitutional rules and your tyrannical government, you're not allowed to. But if you were able to shoot one of these in full auto, which I have done, you can just stay on target. There is almost no effort required to keep the muzzle pointed inside of a silhouette at almost any distance that I've ever tried it. So I give it an 8 out of 10. I think it could be slightly better. Just depending on the ammo type, sometimes it bounces a little bit more than others. But for me, it's an 8 out of 10. It's fantastic.
I'm at a 6. It is definitely very shootable. You know, I've also shot full auto MP5s. You can pretty much write your name with them.
Yes.
You know, accuracy. I know it's not MOA based, but I think 6 is.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't shoot the tightest groups.
More on maybe a distance side of things than MOA.
Right.
You know, it is 9mm. So.
Right. Ergonomics. I gave it a 5 because although it's an HK and it's not an HK.
Easy.
It's not an HK. Although it's an MP5 and like you kind of just know how to run an MP5, especially if you play Call of Duty, like you've seen it 1,000 times. The reload, you know, MP5s are cool, but the reload is kind of cumbersome. The safety isn't great. I have really large hands, and even for me to like get to this safety, it's a reach. The mag button on this side is essentially pointless. Like I can't even really push on it without completely changing my grip. So you end up doing the whole strip the mag thing anyway, which whatever. So I don't know. I think a 5 is fair. As far as shouldering it up, you know, it fits really nicely. It doesn't feel bad to hold onto it and run it, but the control is, you can tell it's old. You know, it's an old gun that hasn't been reinvented in a long time. So
I'm at a 4. One of my biggest peeves with this is the safety.
Yes.
It's something that you have to be conscious about. You have to carry it somewhat differently with your thumb sitting on the safety, so that you know when it is go time, you have to hit the safety.
And it is quite a sweep.
And then adjust your grip to get into a shooting position. This gun, you know, has been around a long time. It's been used by a lot of people, but you would think that, you know, maybe that was something that could have been fixed.
Yeah, or at least altered slightly.
I think Magpul does have a better.
I know you can
setup.
get different like body thing, plastic portions here. All you MP5 weirdos are gonna correct me on there, but you can definitely change this portion, and that would probably help. But this is as factory as it comes. So shootability, I'm at an 8. I don't think that you can really.
2.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. I don't really know if you could top this, other than making the gun physically cooler, like more fun. Even semi-auto MP5s are a blast. Full auto ones are the coolest. If you ever get a chance to shoot full auto and you can pick from like an MP5 and like a couple other things, I would honestly like shoot the MP5. It's worth it. I just think it's really cool. The only thing that really gives it a hit in shootability is the ergos. And if those were better, it would be as close to a perfect score as I could give.
Absolutely, I agree with all of that. One of the hits, being the ergos, is the reloads. When you do reload, the male arms, I believe, is to lock the bolt back.
Lock, strip, mag, slap, spank it
hard,
and then bang bang.
Which is definitely a trainable thing, but there is a little bit of a curve on that one. But definitely shootable.
It's just so cool how smooth it is to shoot. To me, that's really what it comes down to.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to shoot.
It's just easy to have fun with. Availability. Okay, so this is going to probably be a controversial ranking. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 for a few reasons. So unless you're actually trying to buy an HK, like a legitimate HK MP5, which is hard to do, you can pretty much find a clone whenever you'd like to, for the most part. And you're going to argue some are better than others, some are good, some are bad, whatever. But pretty much you can find a clone from some company somewhere, almost always. And to me, that means it's available. Now, whether or not that's a quality option at that time, that's for you to decide. That's not what we're talking about in this video. Just as a general availability goes, I'm going to say it's a 6.
I'm at a 3.
Because of the used market.
Well, the used market, but the clones are available.
Right.
But for me, a real MP5 is hard to come by because people just don't get rid of them.
Right.
Because they are awesome.
Right.
So that's where my 3's coming from.
And to be completely fair, this PTR has been fantastic.
Yeah,
we didn't
zero
have
issues with it.
Yeah, we ran a decent amount of ammo through it, suppressed. We were running it fairly hard, and we didn't have any problems. So, I'm not saying that the PTR isn't a quality option. What I'm saying is it's not an HK.
Yep.
So, cost. I put it at a 4. I think part of the reason you're paying as much as you are for it is because of how cool it is, and not really because it's actually worth that. So to put it in perspective, right, between like just under $2,000 and a little over, usually ish, right? Unless you're going like ultra cool guy HK stuff, then it can get even more expensive than that. In that price bracket, you're buying like APCs, you're buying TP9s, GHMs, right? And in my opinion, those are better subguns as far as like the actual functionality and usability of the guns. But they're not an MP5, so they're not as cool. So you pay for the MP5 because of what it is. So I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. I think that's fair. The PTR is nice because the optic rail, it's welded to it. It's not going to fall off. It's not one of those weird claw mounts, which again, sorry HK people, but that's just a weird thing. The sights on the PTR are fantastic. I actually really liked them. This has like I don't know if you guys can see it in the video, but it's got like a weird triangle thing in it. I don't know if that's factory or not, but
No,
it's
it's
cool.
not. Nope.
It's not factory. All right, never mind. PTR
the
bad.
factory is a
PTR bad.
is a post.
So yeah, 4 out of 10 for me.
I'm at a 2 out of 10. It really, really, drives me nuts that these things are so expensive. They've been around forever.
Yeah.
They're awesome. Quit charging an arm and a leg for them.
That's true.
Looking at you. That's my biggest beef with HK is they charge because they can.
Yeah. Well,
And they hate us.
they do hate us, and I'm okay with that. I like to be hated sometimes.
Yeah.
So, flex factor, I'm at a 6. Now, I'm going to say this: if you have a real HK, that's gonna be okay? You think? If you have a real HK and you don't have a poser gun like this,
Oh man.
you're cool. You have one that says HK on it. You've got, you see them all the time. They're set up awesome. Even better if you have a transferable machine gun HK. It's awesome. Super cool. The problem is how many times you actually see a real HK is pretty low. Most of the time you're seeing a clone, like a Zenith or a PTR or one of those weird Sentries that was like supposedly a Zenith, but maybe it wasn't a Zenith. I don't know. I'm not HK fanboy enough to know like what is different about it. What I can tell you is that as an outsider on the MP5 world, when I see one that says HK, that's really cool to me. If I see a clone, I'm like, yeah, it's a clone. That's cool. I gave it a 6 out of 10, and I think that it would go up if this was an actual HK. This was an actual HK, and it had the stampings and all of that of an H&K. That would make it cooler to me and more flex worthy. The fact that it's a clone, yes, it's cool. Yes, it runs well. Yes, it's a blast to shoot, but it's not the real thing. So,
I gave it a 9.
whoa, 9. All right,
sorry.
explain yourself, sir. Here you go. You can hang on to that. 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Yeah, it's not a real HK. But
Thank you for admitting it.
as
First step
As
to
some-
overcoming your problems.
as somebody that has grown up on Call of Duty and
Yeah,
seen the Christmas movie that is Die Hard,
that is true.
MP5s are awesome.
Yes, I agree that
Even
real MP5s
even
are
PTR
awesome.
9 CTs are awesome.
Yeah,
I think that it doesn't get much cooler, if any cooler than this.
we're gonna leave that one alone.
And
But
they make mounts for a mag light on it. Like you can put it on.
that
the
would
top.
be pretty. Actually, all right. If you can actually source that and make it happen, I will go back and edit and make this a different score.
I think these are awesome.
They are awesome,
And you
but they're
are.
awesome in other categories, just not in flex.
Oh, so flexy.
All right, that's what I got for you guys today. Go ahead. Can't help himself. Thanks for watching the videos. If you haven't already, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Here's what's a really cool option. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so another way to do that, instead of like organically growing, if you all go out and buy a burner phone, create a fake YouTube account, subscribe, and then get rid of the phone, we'll boost our numbers.
Maybe like an alternate YouTube account. Like
Yeah.
have 2.
Yeah, you could have more than one for sure.
Definitely like go grab your parents' phones and your grandma's phone and
Go around to all the computers in every building that you're in, libraries, schools, wherever, pull up our page and hit subscribe. Create an account, it takes like 10 seconds.
yeah. Easy
And
peasy.
then boom, we're where we need to be and no big deal. Thanks for watching, and us and the fake MP5 are done for now.
Fluid AR movement, Shella J next, and we back grooving precise.